All right. Yo, I gotta share the feed, man. I'm on time today, everybody. Let's do it. Oh, hold on now. I'm on time. Hold on. I told you guys it was because we had maintenance and all this other stuff going on. I told you guys the reason why I was late before was because Day is doing my floor. I know you guys didn't believe me. You guys are probably like, oh, yeah, right. He was smoking weed. He was playing video games. He was in the shower. He was brushing it. No. No, the real reason why I have been late is because I'm getting all the floors are getting ripped up. The bathroom's getting ripped up. Everything. I mean, they had to do insulation. There's a lot going on. So, if you could, please share the feed. I'm going to just pause for a second because I'm on time. Attention to pre-production. I wanted to make it on. Now I'm going to share the feed. If you could, share the feed, share the live. I was thinking about maybe going live mobily also from another platform, like, fucking Rumble or something. Anyways, please share the feed because, this is it. This is what we got. I noticed that our live chat and stream has gotten a little bigger. This is our 18th. This is our 18th episode. I do this every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and this show is all about each and every day. We all together, us in the chat, my friends in the chat, we all scour the music industry, technology, and social media news every single day. That's what this live chat is about. It's about me, it's about you, it's about us learning about the music industry, learning about social media, learning about emerging and developing trends and breakthroughs in technology in the music industry, especially for DIY musicians, So if you're an independent or a do-it-yourself style musician and you want to learn about the music industry, you want to learn about, and I'm talking about the real music industry. If you want to be, hey, what's up, Swarmies for Life? Jason's in the building. My man. So for sure, like if you just, or even if you're just a fan, especially if you're a real fan of Sepsis, like if you want to learn how to help the band, this is a great live feed and chat to tune into each and every weekday, because unlike a podcast, you're not watching me talk. I'm talking with you. Oh, Mr. Jackson. My man. Oh, man. I got some friends in the building today. But that's the point of this live stream. Unlike a podcast or a talk show or something that's scripted, this is just a conversation live stream where, if you see behind here, I've got the internet pulled up, and we get to go through the daily emerging events and topics in the music industry. So it's not like waiting week to week. Like, on the Honeycomb, that's a podcast where, we got to wait 7 days to hear about or to have a conversation or podcast about what we think or the news or emerging technology, where this is quite different. This is something where I don't know anything more than you do. You don't know anything more than I do. We get to both daily, as news emerges, we get to experience the law and the terms and the technology and the emerging features of the social media environment, and just the entire the entire music industry, from department to department. We get to see those emerging stories each day, and we get to talk about them. That's it. Nobody has to be right. Nobody has to be wrong. And when we do develop opinions, at least we can develop opinions after the fact, So we could reference these things together. The general theme today, I might have a theme each day, but the general theme today is the image that you project is the image you must protect. Yes, that's right. The image that you project, meaning online, in public, at your job, in your relationships, in your public personality. The image that you project is the image that you protect. So I'm going to share this out a little bit, and then we'll read some of these articles together. I'm in these podcasts. I'm in these podcast groups. Most of them I'll share to these groups. These speaker groups or talk show groups or music groups on social media, and they deny the live stream. There's nobody talking about the music industry right now but me. Let's face it. There isn't anyone online right now live that is talking about the latest news or top news in the music industry. There is no platform. There is no band. Not Loudwire, not Rolling Stone. Nobody from Revolver. There's no one in the rock and roll music industry. There's not a single fucking person that comes on every day and goes live and talks about the emerging and current moment to moment, day to day events that are emerging in the industry, except for me. There just isn't. There are many people that are trying to leverage themselves to be powerful in the music industry, but they're not sharing any education or hosting conversations every single day where we can examine, measure, call out, inspect. There is no one. There is no personalities. There are no influencers, no radio hosts. There are no podcasters or band members online, on social media, on Twitch. There is no one that is watching the emerging law in the music industry and technology each and every day and going live and talking about it in real time. But me. And if it sounds like I'm bragging about it, I am. Good morning, my friend. It's going to be a beautiful day. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, thank you so much, Pat. I haven't looked at the weather. It's New England. You guys know what it is. A lot of you guys are New Englanders, so it's been really windy lately. So it's like, I don't know, man. The temperature's all right, but the wind is fucking... It's alive out there. That's all I have to say about that. Share. I'm sharing. So this one says, share your podcast, anything goes, right? I think they decline every single share that I've ever presented, That's a lot of podcast groups. It is what it is. All right, I think that's enough. That's enough. You said they're not ready for the truth. Man, I hate to agree with you. Oh man, nah, brother, you right about that, man. They're not ready for the truth. I understand that, and I think I think that's why I do this though. You know, I think that the big reason, well, one of the big reasons I do this for sure. There are many. I have goals. Um, I'm not running on autopilot. But this live stream is still in experiment mode. I ain't gonna lie. Um, what we have found out here on the sepsis page is when we tell people about when we tell the truth about our experience, when we tell the truth and we present news and articles that encourage conversations that develop the truth about the music industry, especially for independents, people get mad at us, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like, I don't know. When the more we tell the truth about the music industry, the more people that don't want to hear it um, accuse us of complaining about it. You know, if you're an independent artist and you're educating other independent artists, then folks that are mad at you and don't want to hear bad news, whether it's true or false, those people will claim that you're not educating people, that you're just complaining about it. You know, if I say I research the music industry every day, you know, there'll be somebody out there that goes, well, that's because you're an unhappy try-hard and a failure. You know what I mean? Like, there's this secret language with musicians. I don't think consumers or fans even know about it, that you're supposed to be silently successful. You know, if you're successful and you shut the fuck up, that's acceptable amongst your peers, because everyone is pretending like music isn't a competition in the United States, as I've mentioned before. You know, like, why is music cool in the first place? And um, it's sad, but we're all taught secretly that it needs to be a competition. So, as I've said before, as long as it is, the more our fans and the more the musicians really lose, you know. Hey, Ashley, what's up? What's up? What's up? Nice to see you again. All right, let's read. Let's read. We're gonna read. It's time to read. So if you're new, please share the feed. And Christ, if you're not new, I'm sure you shared it already. All right. Let's just jump out. I mean, I usually start with music industry stuff, but I just thought we'd go over this. We do a lot of social media stuff, and we get a lot of questions regarding social media. I can't stand Twitter, but let's just take a look. There's a bigger takeaway from all of this. Twitter, they call it X now, I guess. I call it Twitter. Twitter might charge all new users a small fee before they can post, like, and reply. Imagine that. Imagine that. We're easing into a world where we have to pay social media. Come on, that's fucking weird, right? You say you mean porn X. I think maybe that's why they call it. The only look, I like naked people, and pornography is cool too. But you know when porn isn't cool? When it can be found in the same place with minors. That's why pornography should not be on social media, and that's why social media needs to come up with a social media version for kids. We need to get I don't know, it's 2024. We need to somehow use common sense and realize that children and adults should not be sharing the same play space where there are adult activities and conversations going on. I don't care. Now look, the adult stuff for the adult. You want to do horror movies and snuff films and people's heads exploding? Fine, leave that stuff for adults. Adults can watch that sort of stuff. But I think that there should be, I don't think that children should share the same play space where there is adult content and there are developing brains and developing personalities and behaviors. I don't think that children that are not mature biologically, their brains are developing well into their 20s. You know, I think that you can't even drive a car until you're 16, right? Isn't that? So I don't know. My kids don't even use social media, so I'm not worried about it. My son hates it, but I just you know what I mean. That's the only thing. I think there should be a safe space, a safe social online space for kids that adults are not occupying. With the exception of the law and administrators and regulators that can be trusted with the technology. That's all I'm going to say. I just feel like that's it. I don't need Bill Nye the Science Guy. I don't need to politicize it. I don't need to say anything more about it. It doesn't need to be spiritual. I'm going to say it one more time. Regarding social media and Twitter, X, whatever they call it. I don't think we are caught up as people. As a society, I think we're behind. And we have not caught on to eliminating children having spare time. Children should not be able to utilize their free time and spare time secretly and privately on social sites that are occupied by adults where there can be adult content found. That's all I'm going to say. And I'll read a little bit from you guys because I love y'all. The pedals will hack into the child's site. Okay, let them hack. Let them hack. Let them hack. Let them do all the hacking. That's just another barrier. It's another learning curve. It's another funnel system. The larger you make the funnel at the top, the easier you make it for the dumbest pedophiles. If we just took all the locks off the door, if you never locked your car door at night, you're just going to make it a little bit easier. The thieves will go check the handle. The doors that are open, they're going to go in. So I'm not saying you're going to eliminate people wanting to have sex with kids. You're not going to eliminate that, man. But what we need to eliminate and regulate online is making that funnel narrower. So if you have to be a psychopath, if you're a psychopath and you have to get a college degree in order to, create more victims, then so be it. It's not about eliminating and hunting down every single person. That's not a reality. The reality is If we can create a music system that robs all musicians, then we can create a system that makes it a little bit more difficult for sex offenders and criminals to spend time with children on adult sites. I don't need Bill Nye the Science Guy. I don't need lawmakers. I don't need, anybody that walks on water. I don't need countries. I don't need providences. I just did it. I'm just a regular dude. I just did it, just for you right now, right here. You don't need it. It's not about belief systems. It's not about. You feel me? Well, come on, man. Let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna break it down for you guys right now, because maybe you guys don't understand my qualifications. My name is William Smith. My stage name is William Savant. I didn't get out of the adult judicial system until I was 35 years old. By the time I was 12 years old, I woke up and went to sleep and had breakfast with rapists, murderers, psychopaths, serial killers. That's my life. My life has not been with musicians and rock stars and people playing online. Most of my life has been spent with lawyers, correctional officers, lifers, baby shakers, Nazis, gangsters, mobsters, white supremacists. That's my childhood. Growing up with counselors, programs. My entire life I've been on parole, probation, or bail. I have no family members. I've never met one of my family members my entire life. So when I say to you, how to regulate, when I say to you how to deal, when I explain to you the best way to deal with minors and psychopaths online, I don't need a politician. I don't need a social media figure or a sports figure or a celebrity or some rock and roller to tell me what the fuck is up. Because I grew up and I am trained around baby shakers, child molesters, murderers, double homicide, police brutality. That's where I was trained. That's where I went to high school. That's where I lived. Until recently. So I know how to deal with these sick motherfuckers because I grew up with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the level of my expertise. So when I think about coming up with systems to address online victimization of minors and things like that, I think about it in terms of creating less opportunities for these people to exploit the technology. I hope that makes sense. I think that we need safe spaces that are customized and tailored to developing brains. The same way you would in a classroom or on a football field. You have an environment that has been tested for developing brains, and it's not going to be perfect, and you make adjustments. But right now, what we have is a social media system where kids at any age can log on to the internet and play with their free time in a free space. Right now we have an environment where children can anonymously spend their free time with adults in places where there is adult content and adult themed conversations. That's what we have right now. My version would be having places that separate developing brains from developed brains, and you'd have social media sites that were customized for developed adult minds with adult humor and topics that adults can handle. And then you'd have separate sites where there are children that don't have to, they can spend their time there and don't have to spend their free time worrying about if there are adults anonymously occupying that same play space. And how do you do that? You make the adults use their IDs. Simply put, you're an adult. So if you have nothing to hide, we live in a time now, we give our information to Netflix, we give our information to Spotify. You know, when we want to fill out a questionnaire at the grocery store, we give them our name and address. Xbox Live, same thing. Same thing. So just like Cash App, or just like filling out TurboTaxes, you have to, you have to at least prove your age and identity. I know they have all kinds of technology now, facial recognition. Just to unlock your phone, you have to be able to look in your phone. Your phone knows how old you are, just by the way your bones are shaped. So we have a whole bunch of ways to do this. So let's not pretend that this is a difficult thing. I think what happens a lot of time is you got adults that pretend to make this difficult. And I think that those adults that pretend to make it difficult are benefiting from the fact that the system's broken in the first place. One of the ways to make things hard in society is to convince everybody how hard it is. We got to convince everybody how doomed we are. We have to convince everybody how fucked it is before we can have anybody do anything about it. So, but if we sit here and say, hey, man, there ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with slavery. I mean, there were people during slavery that knew it was wrong. Of course they did. They felt terrible about it. But they continued to do it because everybody else was doing it. Everybody knew slavery was a terrible fucking idea. Everybody knew that. It was a terrible idea then, and it's a terrible idea now. Humanity knows that slavery is a terrible idea. So why do we, why do we resort to that? So let's get back to it though. We could have a separate conversation about that. But that's highly opinionated, and that would be my way of doing it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that is much more qualified than me, and has an even simpler way to approach it. How can we claim that we live in a world where we leverage technology and all of it is supposed to make our lives more convenient and easier, but clearly it's created more chores, you see? Let's read about it anyway, last October, Twitter started charging a $1 annual fee to new accounts before they could post on the platform, but only in New Zealand and the Philippines. Yo, you guys know what's funny? I don't know if you've noticed this. This is the 18th episode. Do you notice that every time they test out something, they test it out in New Zealand? Have you guys been noticing that? Like when they want to test new dating sites, it's in New Zealand. When they want to test out new Spotify features, it's in New Zealand. We have to get to the bottom of this. Why the fuck does everybody test things in New Zealand? Like, what is that? That's crazy. The change was a part of a new program called NotaBot, with the goal to bolster X's effort to reduce spam manipulation for our platform and bot activity. See, again, like, why don't we just use IDs? What is the big deal? I don't understand what the big deal is. What I'm saying? People give their ID to Pornhub so they can jack off, but they're not going to give their ID, to benefit. This is crazy, guys. If you really wanted to be on on Twitter, what would be the problem with giving them your ID? You give the, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I get, it's always strange for me. Because I mean, I don't even have a driver's license, to be honest with you. But that's because I don't want the privilege of driving. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing here. Like if like I don't want to post on Twitter. And like if they told me right now, from here on out, you have to pay $1 to post on Twitter, you will never, ever, ever, ever see myself or the Sepsis page will never post on Twitter ever again. That's the price that they would have to pay. The changes was noted by XU Updates Radar, an automated account which detects text string changes on X's website and apps. The new text detected Monday states that new accounts are required to pay a small annual fee before you're able to post, like, bookmark, and reply. This is to reduce spam and create a better experience for everyone. You can still follow accounts and browse X for free. And I guess this is what he confirmed. Elon Musk. He says, unfortunately, a small fee for new user right access is the only way to curb the relentless onslaught of bots. Current AI and troll farms can pass "Are you a bot?" with ease. Well, then why is everybody so excited about all this AI stuff if it's breaking the internet? I just can't. And I'm just asking a question. I don't have no problem with it. It just blows my mind. Isn't this what they wanted? Like, I don't personally give a shit. I just told you guys I'm an ex-convict. You think I give a shit if the internet breaks today? I'll laugh. I've had people take my mail before. You know what I mean? If cell phone service is shut down right now, my neighbors and everybody's going to start crying. People are going to become emotional. If the music industry shuts down right now, it doesn't stop sepsis. It stops the people that believe in the music industry. But we don't believe in the music industry. So it wouldn't stop us from doing anything. You know what I mean? It's weird. You got to pay Robinhood. What do you mean by that? They ain't got nothing else to do except sheep herding. Yup, that's real. There's no industry to be found. You know what? Hans makes a good point. He said there's no industry to be found. And what he's talking about is the music industry. He's talking about there isn't one to be found. Right? You can't Google and say, who is the music industry? They're not going to tell you who. Because there are no departments. There are no names or categories of departments of people that represent the music industry. There is a very limited amount of people at the very top of record labels and publishing and distribution and things like that. But the people purchasing the music, that to me would make up a larger part of the industry. What the hell happened? Did I just get kicked off the internet? Am I still there? Put a 1 in the chat if it still works. I don't know if I'm still online. Just like something crazy just happened. What the fuck is going on? And it's 11:11. That's weird. You guys still there? Put something in the chat if you guys are here. The whole thing just shut down. Like everything. I don't know if I had like a... Hold on, let me go check something. Yo, I don't know what the hell that was. I think maybe the modem. Anyways, you guys are still here, so I can't complain. And I got some orange juice too, so fuck it. All right. Look at this. Melissa's mom got me that. Well, her mom and dad got me that. That's dope, right? You like that? That's funny. He said somebody from the industry is messing with my internet. Here's a fun little fact about me. I don't. I might have a big personality. Well, let's ask you guys. Do you guys put a 1 in the chat if you think I believe in conspiracy theories, or put a 2 in the chat if you think I don't believe in conspiracy theories? So put a 1 in the chat if you think I believe in Bigfoot, aliens, you know, all the crazy stuff. And then put a 2 in the chat if you think I don't believe that. Appreciate y'all. We'll see how well you guys. Han says 2. Okay, and this is fair, okay? So this is true to what I thought. It actually means that everything is correct. So there's no bad news here. Doug says 1. Jay says 1. Rob says, hey, how's it going, Rob? Rob Gorman in the house. Mr. Gorman, my brother. And Hans says 2. And the reason why Hans says 2 is because out of everybody, Hans knows me well and personally. So that's how he got y'all on that. And the reason why I'm saying this as a test to show you guys that hold on, Doug says you seem open to shit, but definitely not a naive dude. Okay. So Doug's catching on here. I like to talk about everything. I like conversations and I like stuff, right? But like we could talk about, okay, I feel you, Doug. Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you for clearing that up. No, the reason why I asked this is not to like try to trick you guys or make people look smart or not. That's not the point. Let's what do we know for sure, right? What do we know? We know whether it's William Savant or Jelly Roll or Britney Spears or Ja Rule or whoever, Taylor Swift. What do we know about influencers, streamers, country singers, rappers, independent bands? What do we know? What do we know? We know that the only time we see them, the only thing that we see of them or hear from them is when they make themselves available to us. That means at any given time that you're looking at William Savant or Taylor Swift or what's the guy, Mr. Angry or whatever the streamer there, Sniper Wolf, any of the game streamers. The point I'm trying to make is any time that you're seeing us, Melissa Wolf, Lexi Swarm, anytime you're seeing these people go live, anytime you're seeing these people stream or get on stage, you are witnessing, you are experiencing their public personalities. And our public personalities are the personalities that we make available to people that are watching. Which means, common sense, that unless you're looking at us on a stage or on the phone, you have to remember Everything that we are presenting on the screen or on stage is on purpose. We are broadcasting, we are performing our public personalities, our public personas and performances. Even right now, yes, this is the authentic me. I'm not trying to trick you. This isn't a magic show or something like that. This is an authentic stream with a real conversation. But the fact still remains. What do we know? We know for sure. We don't know for sure if this is my private personality. We know for sure that this is my public personality, which in conclusion, it means that anytime that you see your favorite independent bands, streamers, celebrities, anytime you see us do anything online, whether it's gaming, pornography, reality TV shows, musical performances, whatever you see your favorite celebrities and actors and DIY musicians doing, you have to know for sure that we planned to do it and that we are presenting our public personalities to you, not our private or secret personalities. Hey, what's up? Rob's in the house. So, the reason why I'm saying that is because I wasn't trying to trick you earlier when I asked you. We'll ask Rob the same thing. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that William Savant might be a conspiracy theorist. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that those topics are near and dear to me. If you think that I would consider those topics, and when I say conspiracy theorists, I mean, 9/11, Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, alien cover-ups, stuff like that, That's what I mean. Did somebody really shoot JFK and Biggie Smalls? Yes. We're not going to get into that kind of stuff. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Ring of power shit. Or, because the reason why I'm asking this, and the reason why I'm out, Gio's in the house. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that I don't buy any of that shit. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because I'm trying to show you guys that the key takeaway is that, and this isn't a bad thing, it's not a punishment, it's that we don't always know each other online. When a person views me in this setting, yelling about the music industry and everything else, and especially when they hear something that might not be popular, or it might be something they never heard before, or they don't like my hair or my skin color, or whatever the case is, hearing it from me, it's easy to judge my personality. It's easy to kind of wander in your imagination and fill in the gaps and make up a William Savant of your own. Maybe one where you think I believe certain things, or you think I live certain ways, or you think I would behave a certain way in my private or personal life because you're watching a public video. And I'm here to show you that that is a very distorted way to view the world. It might appear that I have a lot of hyperactivity, and it might appear that I'm complaining or victimizing independent musicians when I tell the truth about the music industry. And that's because the stuff that I'm talking about is unpopular to independent and DIY musicians, because it is depressing to learn that you are failing. Education can easily be misunderstood as bad news. Education can easily be misunderstood as a complaint if you don't comprehend it, if it's not comprehensive to you, then you are going to fear it. And that's where we get that. Yo, do you want to do me a favor, Hans, and tag Rinsable and tag the homie? Oh, what up, Sal? Tag Rinsable and please tag the homie Sean, because this next one is for gamers. I don't cover a lot of game shit, but we do technology here, and it is media, and it goes hand in hand, because most of the things that I cover here in technology or law, banking, any of those things, even AI, a lot of it is wrapped up into tools and circumstances and situations that independent and DIY musicians can really benefit from. Like, if you are a celebrity musician, or you are already widely successful, or you've got things that are working out for you, this program ain't even for you. You can completely fuck yourself. You've got everything figured out, and therefore you would never need to listen to me or anybody in the chat. You are so far ahead of what everybody else is doing, you'd be wasting your time sitting here with me. So by all means, fly away. But those of you that are really interested in actually learning, not separately, not going off on your own and exploring your own customized version and your imagination in terms of the music industry, this is the real music industry, not the imaginary one that Facebook bands are playing on. So keep coming here at 10:30 every day, and we'll talk about the real music industry. So then they don't have to hear it from people that look or sound like me. You guys will have the knowledge. You guys will have the opportunity to present the knowledge and deliver the knowledge yourself, because you'll be reading it with me here, you know. And then maybe somebody's goofballs, if they don't want to take it from me, they'd be willing to listen to you or the next guy, and maybe we can move the needle. Right, Lex? Right. That was Lexi. She just went that way. I don't really see them in the morning a lot, but when I do, it's a pleasure. Yeah. So here we go. I'm going to do this quick because I know that they got tagged, so I don't want them to be tagged in it and then me go off on a tangent, which I do a lot. So, IKEA's new furniture line attempts to take gamers out of the basement. Gaming is a... Woo! Oh my God, I had to read it twice. $282 billion market in the U.S. alone. Look at that. Let's see what's more, gaming or music. How much money did music make in the United States in 2023? Yo! Oh my God! So in 23, the U.S. recorded music industry grew its revenue by 8% in 2023, reaching an all-time high of $17.1 billion and marketing 8 consecutive years of growth. But the gaming industry is $282 billion in the U.S. alone. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my goodness, man. Come on, y'all. That is fucking nuts. All right, let's do it. If you're a gamer with a design bug, IKEA thinks you'll love its new collection of gaming furniture. Due in stores September 2024. The furniture giant says that its 20-piece Bramble collection challenges traditional gaming design and should more peacefully coexist in aesthetic harmony within your home than, say, a Secret Lab gaming chair. Like, you know, the gaming chairs that we've all had forever? They fucking suck. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't like modern gaming chairs. This is like them right here. I can't stand modern gaming. Oh, look at this. This is a nice little cabinet. All right, let's get into this. Sorry. I'm about to go shopping. But the collection seems more like a brilliant marketing ploy than a genuine attempt to meet gamers where they are. Much of Bramble looks like regular old IKEA furniture, accessorized with an OS ROG Ally console or a MetaQuest 2 VR headset. The gaming market is currently estimated to be worth $282 billion in the U.S. alone, and IKEA's only previous foray into the industry was a small line of black and red gaming furniture in 2021. Some pieces do actually make sense for gamers, like a tall standing cabinet that opens to reveal a fold-down tabletop with storage for PC and monitor, also a handy piece for folks working at home. A second item, a green desk chair, resembles the design, the kind of traditional gaming chairs IKEA claims to be moving away from. A third piece, the Easy Chair, is described as providing a new dynamic component of the virtual gaming experience by engaging the gamer physically, swinging from side to side in harmony with their movement. Like, don't be surprised if your fucking tennis shoelaces have artificial intelligence in them in 2024. Like, don't be surprised if some fucking dick comes to you and tries to sell you kitchen cabinets that have artificial intelligence and there's Bluetooth in your refrigerator or whatever. New refrigerators come with Wi-Fi and artificial intelligence. Now, dental floss, it comes with artificial intelligence and a dual core processor. I don't know. The core of Brain Bowl. What the fuck kind of name is that? Am I saying that right? The core of Bramble. That sound like some morning cereal in the joint. Like, yo, you heard? Yo, Rico, what they having for breakfast? Yo, they got Bramble. What the fuck? Nobody wants to walk all the way down to the chow hall for some Bramble. Let's keep it a bean. Golly. What are we having? Man, it looks like the next few days we're going to be having nothing but Bramble. Might be better than sepsis. The core of Bramble is the Easy Chair and several low-to-the-ground seats, including an inflatable donut-shaped concoction that is so light it can be hung from a hook on the wall. A mouse pad, a rug, a throw, and storage solutions like a wall-mounted cabinet, a wheel caster, and a multifunctional basket to roll out the good old collection. Huh? Let's take a look at this. Now, I'm going to keep it a bean. I kind of like this little cabinet thing, but I'm not, I don't get into fuck shopping. I hate shopping. My girlfriend shops. I don't do the shopping. She does all the shopping. She's in charge of everything. I don't even shop no more. Once I got into my 40s, she took over shopping. I asked her permission. I was like, do you think I could can I opt out? And she was like, yeah, go ahead, man. You don't have to. I said, can I please never shop again? As long as we're together. Can I please? I'll do anything. I'll clean the toilet forever. You never have to clean the toilet again. I will clean the toilet for the rest of our lives If you don't, all I just want is to never shop again. People don't understand why we have such a long, successful relationship, and it's because we split the departments. I don't do the shopping. See what I'm saying? I don't fuck with it. Anything Melissa's good at, I stay out of her way, and vice versa. Fuck that. She's a woman with a plan, and she's stronger than me too. So I can't. There's nothing I could do. Melissa's got more muscle than most men in my peer group. I think she, at this point, she could probably beat me in a wrestling match, for sure. Yeah, don't fuck with Melissa. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? Are you guys excited about Brand Bowl? I feel like you guys are all stunned. Universal Music Group considering serious legal action against TikTok over DMCA violations. Wow. Imagine that. So I thought that streaming music was the solution to piracy to begin with. Wasn't that the whole point of having streaming was so people couldn't steal? All right. I don't know. Let's see how much we got here. Oh, that's not bad. Let's do it. If you've enjoyed watching Universal Music Group remove its entire catalog from TikTok, you'll absolutely love what's potentially coming next. For those who enjoy high-stakes showdowns between major media companies and tech giants, I know I personally do, Universal Music Group versus TikTok has been an action-packed foray. But you might need a fresh bowl of popcorn for what's next. Are you hearing that, you guys? Get your fucking popcorn, man. This is about to go down. Huh. All right. We've been if you guys are new here on William versus the World, this part of our journey we've been covering since we started the program. It's kind of like our flagship story is the Universal Music Group versus TikTok showdown. Yeah. According to multiple sources leaking details to Digital Music News, UMG has been flooding TikTok with DMCA takedown notices following its stern content removals in late January, but that may be a prelude to more serious legal action in the coming weeks. As far as the takedown notices being sent, one estimate pegged the number of notices in the tens of thousands, with TikTok allegedly still hosting enormous quantities of UMG-controlled content despite the recent pull-down. Huh? Motherfuckers. What happens... Well, this is something different. Why are they looking at that? Well, we're going to go back to that in a second. Part of the problem involves altered and modified music. Are you hearing this, guys? Part of the problem at TikTok involves altered and modified music. Sampling. Stealing. Pirating music. I thought streaming was supposed to stop that. I'm going to go on record and say I don't even think streaming has, I don't even think it's slowed down stealing. It's just an additional way to steal. Streaming is a tool to steal. And that's why I always cover it. And I think it will always be here. Just like stealing. Just like slavery. Child trafficking, racism. It's an invention of destruction. Streaming has really fragmented the music industry, especially in terms of the trust between musicians and the fans. Because musicians know that music fans and consumers have been taught to believe that music should be free. That musicians are just having too much fun to get paid to do it. We must be doing our jobs so well that it looks like it's not hard work to get on stage and do what we do. So if it looks like we're having so much fun on stage, you're just reinforcing that the talent is high quality. You understand? Because if bands get on stage and you think that we're just having fun and you think that everything we do is just cookies and cream, then that is the evidence to show how hard we work at doing this and how much we've invested ourselves. If we're dressed right and the moves are tight and the gear's nice, it means that we spent our money, our time, our energy, our free time, our spare time to make that happen. It means that the musicians you're watching on stage have invested themselves in the highest way during their free time and spare time to practice and perform at that quality where you believe that they're having so much fun that they don't need to be paid for it. Man, that's crazy, bro. Anyhow, so part of the problem involves modified music, guys, which was the problem with sampling. When sampling and that technology was invented under the rules of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA. In the U.S., user-generated platforms are required to remove infringing content when formally notified. A failure to promptly comply with a legitimate request can subject the platform to massive infringement penalties if the content isn't quickly removed. That's hardly new. Rights owners like UMG have been sending DMCA takedown notices for decades. However, according to sources, those takedown notices are merely the first step into a potentially severe legal attack against TikTok and its Chinese owner ByteDance. It's kind of like when the feds are building up a case on your cocaine ring. People are like, how come they don't just bust Puff Daddy right off the bat? 'Cause they need a long time to develop a case and collect evidence and witnesses and people willing to testify, times, dates, and ledgers, okay? So, sometimes when you're dealing at the Fed level, just like this, when you're dealing with millions and billions, people want to make sure that they've got their evidence. They want to make sure that they've got their ducks in a row before they start to litigate. How this might work, according to sources with knowledge on the matter, UMG is not only focused on stripping its music from the popular social media site, but also, but also on holding TikTok accountable for failure to comply with the repeat infringer policy, a requirement under the DMCA. In a nutshell, the DMCA's repeat infringer policy dictates that platforms must have a procedure for terminating accounts of repeat infringers or face serious penalties or legal action. In the case of TikTok, it appears that repeat infringers aren't facing account suspensions or removals, with TikTok either unwilling or unable to successfully scrub its platform of these problematic accounts. And that's potentially huge problems for TikTok. Suddenly, a more sophisticated strategy is emerging. UMG wants to remove infringing content, but their deluge of DMCA takedowns may also be targeting a serious vulnerability in the platform's content management policies. Quote, sure, these DMCA takedown notices are part of UMG's dispute with TikTok, but the goal isn't really about scrubbing UMG's music from TikTok, one source had relayed. So, Universal Music Group has yet to offer any comment and is unclear if legal filings will emerge. Separately, the parties are understood to be working through a negotiation process, though so far those talks have yet to bear fruit. It's understood that UMG is not just considering, but actively preparing to take legal action within weeks, with DMCA's repeat infringer policy as a crucial part of their upcoming complaints. They're not just sending notices, they're meticulously tracking TikTok's response to users who have been the subject of multiple notices, the source continued, while further noting that TikTok's inaction about its repeat infringer issue is a significant concern. Right. So it's like, if you know that the FBI is trolling you because you're selling bricks of cocaine out of your car, you might want to just like stop doing that for a while. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Separately, one informant, Jesus, and he's an informant. One informant noted that easily more than 100 million videos on TikTok are being muted that may not include videos with modified music content, altered for fun, or specifically to evade detection by UMG or TikTok. Let me just scan this real quick. For UMG, dropping the hammer on TikTok helps to safeguard creative assets while sending a stern message. In the context, the Taylor Swift situation, an event labeled as a big fat disappointment by UMG insiders, raised concern about whether other defecting superstars could further weaken UMG's position. That's true. Some people, some huge stars are saying, you can't tell me what to fucking do. And here we are. There she is. The Swift kicking the crap out of everybody. She scares everybody, huh? I think that's all we have today, though, fellas and ladies. How you guys doing? Checking with you guys. So, yeah. Yep. UMG partnering with Spotify for short and long term. Revise this. UMG wants more money. Not that TikTok isn't paying. Greed 2.0. Telling you, man. So that's what we do here every day, I'll be back tomorrow with some more. I appreciate you guys jumping in. More on this will come back. There's a few other things that we got for tomorrow. Let's check. Let's just check. Tomorrow we're going to do don't share your location on dating apps. I thought this was kind of cool. Some of the coolest inventions of 2024. We'll go over that. And here, let me bring this over here. We'll do that one tomorrow. We'll start off for Geo tomorrow. Is Spotify plotting a large-scale push into short-form video? job postings suggest possible UGC build out. That's tomorrow on William vs. the World. You guys take care.